Hey everyone, it's Mo. Just wanted to give you a quick update about NVIDIA. Looks like my favorite investor, she just continues to pile in like there's no tomorrow. Interestingly enough, she sold some Microsoft on July 26th. You can see that here. Sold 5,000 shares. Now remember, they do cost a lot more than NVIDIA shares per piece, so I don't want to read too much into that because I generally like Microsoft, but I'm waiting for it to dip a little bit. Hopefully I'm not waiting too long. But when it comes to NVIDIA, you can see that she bought another 10,000 shares on July 26th. So let's just check out what the price was on July 26th. See if we can mirror her basis. This is definitely not a real investment strategy or advice. I'm just curious. So it looks like, let's take a 5-day view, I guess. All right, July 26th, 10 a.m. We were trading at about 114, probably a high of 116 right there. Currently trading at 114, about $113.88. So I don't hate it from a long-term perspective. I mean, we could have a short-term dip looking at where we are with the RSI, the MACD crossover, the Bollinger Band. I don't know if I want to do this right now necessarily, but I just wanted to share because, I mean, come on, guys, it's Nancy. You know what's funny about this is if you explore, not all Congress people do particularly well. I actually outperformed a lot of them. Hey, look, it's Marge. MTG. I gotta be outperforming her, right? Come on. What is Marjorie Taylor Greene buying? I'm just morbidly curious. I wouldn't take advice from her on anything. CrowdStrike, interesting. ASML, Lululemon, Corning I used to like because I used to be a value investor. I'm not really a value investor anymore. Now I'm an investor who likes to make money. That was my problem when I started out investing. I was such a hipster contrarian. I just wanted to find like the next big thing that was undervalued, that the market ignored. But, you know, stop swimming against the current, I say. Obviously not investment advice, but sometimes stocks are popular and their prices shoot up for a reason because they're good. They have long-term growth prospects. Anyway, I don't hate Corning, but I haven't looked at it in a while, so, you know, do your own DD on that. Applied Materials is interesting. I haven't really spent a lot of time looking at it. Anyway, surprisingly tech heavy for a Bible Belt character. I wouldn't have really have expected that. I mean, I would expect it out of like some smarter Congress people. She's not, let's be real, Marjorie doesn't really come off as a good investor or good at anything that requires use of one's brain. Oh my god, we're glazing NPG. That's what we're doing on Capital Trades. Okay, whatever. Let's check out Jamie Raskin. 3 trades only? Jeez. Pathetic. 3 trades. 13. Michael Collins. Oh, he's a crypto bro. Look at that. Scooping up Ethereum. I love it. The graph. Oh my god. This guy probably buys shit coins, to be honest. That's so funny. What the fuck is this guy doing? Oh my god. Okay, sorry, not to hate on like crypto bros, but what are we doing here? You're in Congress. You have all the insider information, and you're squandering that opportunity. Anyway, we don't condone insider trading and similar shenanigans on this channel. Kathy, 2 trades. What are we doing? If I was in Congress, all I would do is trade off of insider information. Like, you get a free pass. Nobody cares. There's no enforcement. Let's see. A couple of sales. She must not be that interested in the stock market. Not like my goat, Nancy. Check it out. So, let's see. What have we done? All right. June. She sold Tesla. Smart move. I don't want to piss off a lot of people, but Tesla is probably slightly overvalued. I'm worried about Tesla in the second half of this year. They keep missing growth targets. They just keep kicking the can down the road. I don't know. I wouldn't be heavily in Tesla right now. I basically buy Tesla anytime it dips below $190. Obviously not investment advice, but the market is irrational and stupid and generally likes to overvalue Tesla. So in the past, when I've bought it below 190, within a month or two, I was able to walk away with a pretty nice gain. Again, not sure that'll even continue in the second half, so I'm not touching Tesla in the second half. Yeah, she just keeps scooping up NVIDIA, though. Look at that. June 26th, July 26th. Interested to see if she does it again in a month, in August. Broadcom, I haven't really spent a lot of time looking at Broadcom. I don't have a strong opinion on it. I do like NVIDIA, but the interesting thing about NVIDIA is AMD might chip away a little bit at their market share in the future, but there's so much uncertainty around tech because it's just such a crazy industry. I wonder if Nancy stays up at night just having nightmares that Intel just miraculously comes across like the best GPU technology and puts NVIDIA out of business. I mean, they'd probably, in that crazy future world, they'd probably just acquire them, but I wonder if she ever wakes up in a cold sweat next to Paul and he's just like, "You had the dream again, didn't you?" She's like, "Yeah." Intel got off their ass and overnight just dominated the GPU market, dominates AI. Anyway, back to NVIDIA. So next earnings date, August 28th. Target estimate 135 for whatever the hell that's worth. I'd buy it. There has been really high volatility the past week. It's dipped as low as like 103, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it dipped down to like 102.61, then immediately shot back up. I think that was on Monday. Something crazy happened on Monday, if I recall. Friday. Oh yeah, we were at 112, then shot up to 116. Yeah, that was Friday when overnight trading popped off. So if you panic sold at that tiny little dip, you woke up on Monday pretty pissed off. But if you held it, you were happy. And then this happened. We go down to 100, 102. I don't know. This is all just a great example of stocks going up and down in the elevator. It's a battle between buyers and sellers. So it just, to me, let's just look at the long term. Trajectory looks good. Year to date, 6 month, 1 year. Looks a little frothy, but when you take into consideration future valuation, potential growth, I don't know. I don't hate it. I'm already in NVIDIA, and I do plan on holding it till the end of the year, at least. And the fact that Nancy continues to pile in just supports my case. I do appreciate how quickly she reported this trade, because while it's not exactly proper due diligence, I do like to imagine that she knows something I don't. So anyway, I will be buying more NVIDIA, and I'm generally just holding on to everything that I own right now. The market is just really rocketing up and down in quick succession. So again, like I've said before, I think second half of the year might not be so hot. Just one more thing I want to look at. So this is NVIDIA's price to earnings ratio history. I think we don't want to look back this far, but it appears that as of today, we're basically at 68 times earnings, as opposed to 51 at the beginning of the year. So if you're one of those people who sees the stock price chart and is a little bit unnerved by it, that's some small comfort. But a 68 PE still assumes quite a bit of growth ahead of it. Some people think that they could potentially double their revenue in the next fiscal year. I think that's a little bit fantastical, but even if we don't see that scenario play out, which I really don't think will happen, I think a 68 PE at the moment isn't terrible. Obviously, I would like to get it at a lower price. So let's do some quick math. The current price is $114.52, and let's look at their quarterly earnings per share, 1.76. Oh, that's annual, my bad. Let's pretend this is FY 2025. So we're multiplying that by 4. And let's say they grow at, for NVIDIA, this is a modest rate, 20%. That would mean our new PE ratio would be 39.76, assuming basically a 20% EPS growth in 2025. This is really rough. So again, I don't hate this. Now, if you could sell a put option and maybe get into the stock at, I don't know, $105 a share, your PE ratio will go down to 36.46. If you get it at $100, your PE ratio will go to 34.72, which for NVIDIA is not the worst thing. So if we want to sell a put option 43 days out for a strike of 105, zero open interest. I think this option just became available today, so that might be why. But we can collect $555 for the 105 strike. So that means we put up collateral of $10,500 and collect $555 for waiting 45 days. And that's about a 5% return, assuming we don't get exercised, 43 days away. So let's just say that we can do this 8 times a year. So if you multiply that 5.3% by 8, it's basically a 42% return annualized, which is pretty good. 5% in 1 month on your money is actually an amazing return. Again, this is assuming you don't get exercised, the put option expires worthless, and you can just do it again, get your collateral back. But again, even if you do get exercised, I think this is a conservative estimate, which would give you ownership of NVIDIA shares, 100 shares, at a potential future EPS of 36.46. Now, obviously, I can't see the future, but there's a lot that I like about the numbers here, just from a very simplistic PE ratio perspective. But a lot of NVIDIA's other fundamentals look pretty good. Take that with a grain of salt, take that for what you will, but I also view it as kind of a good sign that my favorite investor is still confident in NVIDIA and just continues to pile it on. So anyway, that's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's get out there and make some money.